Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So today we are going to talk about multiple important topics and we are first going to talk about La Liga. So recently they made a statement and they said this: training will continue this week with the aim of restarting the season in June to conclude the 2019-2020 campaign this summer. And so is La Liga completely back? It's not, but we are making progression and that is exactly what we need. It's better than having no movement at all. And there has been reports about the medical staff. They're projecting that at least we should expect 5 to 8 players get injured within the first month because they haven't played in a very long time. And so when they do enter this training phase, they are going to encounter some small injuries. And we have here another report coming from ESPN saying that as for the Catalan club, the pandemic test will take place on May 6th with the first training session taking place on May 8th. And then we have La Liga's president, Javier Tebas. He said this: these circumstances have not had precedence, but we hope to start playing again in June and finish the 2019-2020 season this summer. And so yeah, La Liga is starting to go on a full roll. Tebas has announced it. And again, the one thing that we have to really take care of is the players when they do come back, because it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy when these players do come back. We do have a lot of older players in the squad. Mostly the ones who are considered as old is players who are like 28 years or older. And if we're talking about the Barcelona squad, the players who are considered as the veterans are like players like Messi, Griezmann, Suarez, Rakitic, Vidal, Piqué, Jordi Alba, Busquets. Many of those players are the core of FC Barcelona, so we must take care of these players and slowly get into rhythm. And as of now, we haven't heard anything about Luis Suarez. And for Dembele, he is expected to be back to play the UCL in August. So there's a lot to look forward to. La Liga is coming back slowly but surely, and we will be following up on how the training goes this week. Now moving on to the next topic of the day, and we are going to talk about Ansu Fati. So according to ESPN Deportes, it says here Ansu Fati will continue in Barcelona next season, alternating if necessary between the first and B team, but with a fixed place in the training of the first team. Barca are not contemplating the player's transfer and want to keep control of his progression directly in a decision agreed by the coaching staff of the first team and the sports area led by Eric Abidal. And so the one thing that I do want to respect is that Barcelona are aware that they need to closely monitor Ansu Fati. They are aware that they do have a gem in front of them, because we have seen over the past 18 to 24 months that Barcelona do not take care of their precious gems coming from La Masia. He's starting to get the respect that should be given from FC Barcelona. They do want to see Ansu Fati continue his form. They do want to see him continue to score goals, provide assists, build chemistry with Griezmann and Lionel Messi. But my biggest worry is that I just don't see Ansu Fati getting minutes with all these players being in that front three. And keep in mind that under Quique Setién, Ansu Fati's minutes have greatly decreased compared to how much he played with Ernesto Valverde. And another thing to keep in mind about a player like Ansu Fati is that even with all of this planning coming from FC Barcelona and what Barcelona wants to do with Ansu Fati, this decision is ultimately going to come down to Ansu Fati in the summer. Meaning, what does he want to do and where does he want to go? Because Fati is going to be looking at this and say, wow, there is a lot of players in that front three. Maybe I should wait it out a little bit. Maybe I should go on a loan to another club and get my experience. And that is why Dortmund is still on the table. And look, we have a long summer. La Liga is looking like it's going to come back. And so this is going to be a great chance, a great opportunity for Ansu Fati to show his quality, because at the moment we still don't have Suarez, we still don't have Dembele. We're only going to have Braithwaite, Messi, Griezmann, and Ansu Fati. And then these next 6 months is going to show just how much Quique Setién wants to use Ansu Fati. And if Ansu Fati is not proud of it, if he's not happy with the minutes and playing time that he's getting, then Ansu Fati could see the exit door this summer. Is that a bad thing? No, because I think that the deal that's going to come up is a loan between Dortmund and FC Barcelona, which is okay. So we're really going to have to watch Ansu Fati like closely to see how he's used in these these next 6 months. Now moving on to the next topic of the day, and this is a very interesting topic, but we are going to talk about Kevin De Bruyne. So according to Mundo Deportivo, they made a very interesting claim, and they said this: Barcelona dream of signing Manchester City star Kevin De Bruyne, but no, it will be impossible this summer. And so Kevin De Bruyne did have an interview about 2 days ago, and they asked him about how is this ban going to affect your career, and this is what he had to say: I'm just waiting. The club told us they are going to appeal, and they are almost 100% sure they are right. That's why I'm waiting to see what will happen. I trust my team. Once the decision is made, I will review everything. 2 years would be long, but in the case of 1 year, I might see. I think Pep said he will take his year anyway, no matter what, then his contract ends. But I'm not going to let my decision depend on what Pep is doing. And so those are some very interesting words coming from Kevin De Bruyne. He seems like he knows what to do. It seems like he has a plan already in place just in case he doesn't get his UCL football, and just in case Man City do get banned from European competition. But look, when it comes to this transfer, when it comes to talking about Kevin De Bruyne going to FC Barcelona, we should not get excited yet, because this report coming from Mundo Deportivo is really just getting feeded off from this interview that happened 2 to 3 days ago. There's absolutely no reliable source coming out yet. There's no credible journalist, no reliable journalist stating that Kevin De Bruyne might consider going to FC Barcelona. But this really brings up the question is, but what if Barcelona consider bringing in Kevin De Bruyne? Like, what if City do get banned? What will Kevin De Bruyne do next? And look, this is a very interesting case, because who would have thought that Kevin De Bruyne might potentially leave Man City 3 years earlier from his contract? And what makes this even more appealing is that we have a sports lawyer named John Merzad. He went on Twitter explaining what the player's condition could look like if Man City do get banned. And this is what he had to say: it is arguable that Man City's conduct in breaching UEFA regs would be a breach of the implied terms of trust and confidence City's players' contracts. Then he added, City players could contend that their player contracts have been fundamentally undermined and resign in response, effectively becoming free agents. So just knowing that there is a possibility that Kevin De Bruyne might become a free agent if Man City do get banned, why shouldn't Barcelona consider? Now, there are other factors that are going to play in this transfer, like Man City could talk to Kevin De Bruyne and say, look, we'll offer you this to stay at this club. And there's another factor where Kevin De Bruyne has a huge wage bill that Barcelona might need to match. And so I think that the complications of Kevin De Bruyne going to FC Barcelona is just as complicated as to Neymar going to FC Barcelona. I still don't think that Man City will let go of Kevin De Bruyne that easy. And even if Barcelona said, look, we'll give you a swap deal, we'll give you players in exchange, I really do believe that no player in FC Barcelona will want to go to a club where they won't see no top European competition for the next 2 years. Now, could we see reports and journalists claiming that Kevin De Bruyne could come to FC Barcelona this summer? Yes, things can get built up, and we are slowly going to follow this rumor of Kevin De Bruyne going to FC Barcelona very closely in this channel. So this is not the end. We are going to hear more rumors of Kevin De Bruyne going to FC Barcelona, but at the moment, is it possible that he can go? I don't think so. Now moving on to the last topic of the day, and we are going to talk about Neymar Jr. So according to Roger Torreo, who is a very credible journalist in Mundo Deportivo, he said this: to this day, Neymar is still committed to returning to Barcelona. He's willing to force out of PSG via FIFA, but wants assurance whether Barcelona will make a move for him or not. He has already said no to PSG's renewal offer. And so I think it's finally confirmed that we are in a stage where Neymar did tell PSG that his intentions is to leave the club. We are entering the first phase for Neymar coming to FC Barcelona. Then he continued to say, Neymar is still determined to return to Barcelona next season and is ready to do anything to get his return. Of course, he wants guarantees that the Catalan club will go for him, something that Barcelona cannot assure right now. And so many people have been asking me, what does it mean when it says he wants guarantees? And so that basically means that Neymar is telling Barcelona that he is willing to do anything to get to that club. He is going to let PSG know that his intentions is to leave the club. Like Neymar is telling Barcelona, he's saying this, he's saying, look, if you really want me to come, if you really want me to do everything possible to come to FC Barcelona, I'm I'm going to need to see negotiations going on in the summer. I need to see swap deals for me to know that I am the first priority for FC Barcelona. And look, the first step to do that is to take this to FIFA to get the final fee of Neymar Jr., which is possibly going to be 164 million. And then we have to remember that FIFA might consider the fact that this pandemic did go on for about 2 to 3 months. This pandemic did affect many clubs economically, and so we could see a discount happen in this fee of the 164 million, maybe to 140 or 130, but that's a lot better compared to what we heard last year when it was at 220 million euros. But this is where I think it gets very, very complicated for FC Barcelona, is that if we are going to swap players for Neymar Jr., what players are willing to go to PSG? Because that is when we can say that this is going to be completely out of our hands. And when I say that, I'm not talking about you and me, I'm talking about this is going to be out of FC Barcelona hands. Because what's basically going on is that FC Barcelona is going to have to tell their own players and say, hey, can you help us get Neymar back into this club? Meaning, can you leave in order for us to negotiate the deal? And how do you think that's going to make the FC Barcelona players feel, whoever that is? And so the only thing that Barcelona could do is to have healthy conversations, have healthy negotiations, make sure that the players don't take this the wrong way. And look, and when we do get into this part of the deal, I think that there's still only a 30% chance that this could happen. And this is a long summer, things could change, but I don't know if you guys remember that we do have a reporter coming from ESPN named Julian Lorenz, who is very well known in ESPN. He stated last year that there was an offer that was agreed between the clubs, between Barcelona and PSG, but the only problem was that the players did not want to go. And this is what I mean, right? PSG and Barcelona can come to an agreement on the price for Neymar Jr. and the swap deal, but if the players don't want to go, they don't want to go, and that deal will never happen. And if you guys want further details, it says here that Todibo wanted to go, which was included in the deal, and it says here that Rakitic and Dembele did not want to go to PSG, which is why the deal fell through. And so who are the players that are going to be in these negotiations for the swap deal for Neymar Jr.? I have no idea. I don't know who wants to leave FC Barcelona, but if I were to give a guess, it could be Felipe Coutinho and Arturo Vidal. And now I want to end it with this last topic. I do want to show you guys some pictures about the new Barcelona shirt that's going to be worn by the players next season. What are you guys' thoughts on this? I really do like it because we can see that it's a mixture between the 2010 and 11 and the 2012-13 jersey. It looks very amazing. I really do like it. I just wish that the yellow lines that we see here were more gold, but in the end, I do like it. I like the shirts. I think this is what we are going to see next season, and it really gives me nostalgia of the 2010-2011 shirt, and so I can't wait to buy it. I can't wait to get it. I can't wait to see it in stores. And so let me know what you guys think about this shirt. So that is it for today's Barcelona daily news. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.